Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah from Root College Advising. And tonight we thought it might be helpful to show you a little bit about the Common App because it is application season and we've been getting lots of questions about Common App and how to complete it. We thought it would be good just to give some ideas to kind of the average person, parents, students that are not familiar. And then for any seniors completing it right now, just a few tips that you might be able to use along the way. So this is what it looks like. This is the whole thing. Hundreds of colleges use it. You fill it out once and can send it to a bunch of places. And so on the Common App tab here, there's really just these sections: profile, family, education, testing, activities, and writing. Some colleges use this courses and grades section, and we could help you with that. But these are the sections that every school uses. So the profile, I always tell students, is something you could fill out kind of while you're watching TV, while doing other things. It's all information that you already know about yourself. So information about your address, your contact information, demographics, language, geography. So this is really like an easy way to start the application, just filling this out. Then we go to the family section. This is a really nice one to collaborate on as a family. So it's going to ask you questions about where you received which degrees and what years you received them. And so this is a good one to do together. Just sit down and knock it out as a family. The education section is really important, as you can imagine. So this is where you're going to include all of your information about your high school information. If you attended multiple high schools, you'll put that in here. This is also where you're going to be sharing information about your GPA, which obviously accounts for what rigor you have. And so this is a really important section. Class rank, the size of your senior class. And then they also ask for your current or most recent year courses. So often students forget that they do care about your senior year classes, both what you're taking, how you're doing in those classes. And so this would be where you would report that. It's not just the end of junior year. So that's your current senior year classes go into the Common App. The testing section, we really love to help students with. This is where it gets a little bit more nuanced, a little more fun. Because you can submit different test scores to different colleges and universities. So you might want to be strategic and send it to some places that are test optional and not to others. And we'll also help you figure out, some schools take self-reported scores, some want official scores. So this would be something we could walk you through step by step in terms of lining this up with your list and making a game plan. Activities is the next section. We also love this section. This is where you're putting everything you do outside of the classroom. So clubs, sports, volunteering, jobs, family responsibilities. You might be helping someone in your household with various tasks on a daily basis. So that's what's going to go in the activities section. We love to help kids figure out how to order this, how to fill it out. Just a little pro tip. There is a preview button at the top of the screen, so you can always click on this and see how this will look to the college, which is really helpful because sometimes you're in those boxes and it's hard to see how it would look. But this gives you an idea. You're going to put in how many hours per week, how many weeks per year, and then a little description. You only get 150 characters. So that's another thing we love to do, is help students figure out how to use those characters wisely. And that's the activities section. Finally, the writing section. This is obviously where your voice gets to come through, where your perspective and your experiences are going to be highlighted outside of just academics and extracurriculars, but really your voice. So we would support you in getting this outlined, brainstorming, writing it, editing. At the end of the day, it's your essay. We fully support it being in your voice. We don't want your parents' voice. We don't want our voice. This is your essay. So this is where you get to shine, and we love to help you with that. So that's it. That's the whole Common App, all the sections. The last thing that's helpful just to know is that this My Colleges tab is where you're going to keep track of the individual schools you're applying to and where you'll find any of those writing supplements. So for instance, University of Michigan has their own questions that they ask you about when you're applying, what school you're applying to at Michigan, lots of information in here. Also the writing. So Michigan, for instance, has 2 essays. The first one is 300 words, and it's about a community that you belong to, which is really usually a fun one to write. And then the second one is about the unique qualities that attract you to the specific undergraduate college or school that you're applying to and how that curriculum would support your interests. This one is 550. So one thing we would support you with is keeping track of, how many supplements you need to write, a reasonable time frame to get them done in time for deadlines. And just a reminder, a deadline is a deadline. So there's no grace period with college applications. You want to get things done ahead of time. get it in before the deadline because that's it. This is one of those times in life where the deadline is the deadline. So that's just a little quick tour of the Common App. It is really nice because you can just work on it as you go. It'll save all your progress. You won't lose anything in here. And when you're ready to submit, we will help you hit send. So hope that's helpful. And yeah, have a great one.